For real.
I know.
We're gonna have to cancel tonight.
Yeah.
Glad I made it back.
Yeah. You were the first one in.
Yeah.
But,
How you guys doing?
okay, so I did just go live, so we're gonna let it. I'm gonna go and post it on Facebook and tweet it. And you guys do your fun stuff. So anyone's able to check the audio for us?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Let's see.
Yeah, in the back, bro. Oh my god.
Facebook.
Check the audio.
Check.
For us. Me and Dave are good.
Adam? Adam?
I don't hear. I don't hear Adam.
Check.
There it is. Adam's good. We're good.
Okay. And I'm
Yes,
good
sir.
too?
Yep.
Alright, I just tweeted it out.
Actually, could you turn yourself up just a little bit?
Turn myself up?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, now, how about now?
It's probably good.
So it's probably good?
Yeah.
Alright. Give me like literally 5 seconds. We are gonna get started. Alright, everybody, welcome in to the We Know Ball College Football Podcast. As always, I'm Paul, joined by my co-hosts. Glad everybody can make it tonight. We'll start out with the man, Stiggs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then we'll hop on over to Mr. Bryce.
What's up?
Yep, what up, and Adam.
Yo.
And shout out to Sketchy. He got these slides done for us. He's on vacation, guys, and he did this.
W
Shout out Sketchy always, baby.
So shout out Sketchy. We'll see what he has in store with us. I'm sure he's got some shakeups in here. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. See what we got next. Trivia time to start out. So we got no reviews unless you guys want to talk about Army Navy a little bit.
Yeah, I was the only one who picked Army, closer than anticipated. Super close game, but yeah, Army. There was a couple reviews that just went against Army in this game. They had like a pick six that got called back, and then on a big third down, they forced a fumble on Blake Horvath, and then that got overturned. And yeah, it just wasn't good.
Yeah, I was honestly thinking like, man, Stiggs got us on one here most of the game while it was on. But, that's always a great game and a good rivalry. Bryce, you have anything to add?
I was gonna say, like kind of Stig was saying, nobody was expecting this game to be as well as it was for Army, and Navy somehow found a way to win this game.
Yeah. Adam, do you have anything to say, or you want to hop right into trivia?
I didn't really get to watch much of this game as I was watching my basketball team get killed in Atlanta, but you know, Navy's gonna be light work.
I was gonna.
January 2nd.
Whoa.
I meant to
Just
ask
kidding, we're gonna
something
get
for Adam.
Yeah.
How was the crosstown clash?
The crosstown shootout.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, this is a football podcast. Football podcast.
No, hold on. I'll say this, okay?
It's baseball.
Timu Aquaman had 30 points against us, right? They played last night against a very bad Creighton team. They lost by 40 fucking points.
That's
Just
rough.
to put it in perspective how bad UC has been to start the year.
But Jizzle's back.
Yeah. The crackhead. We need it.
All right, trivia time. You guys ready? So,
Yes, sir.
this is going to be all playoff edition. So, everything I'm asking you, we got 5 questions here. Some of them have 1 or 2 parts on it. This is just college football playoff questions. So, since 2014. And every single question are about games in the playoff. So, we will start out. Which playoff game was the biggest blowout? By how many points?
Was it Clemson, Ohio State?
It was not. And I don't
Oklahoma
know-
LSU.
It was not.
Yeah. Oh.
By the way, I don't
Michigan
know which
State.
Clemson, Ohio State
Bama?
you're talking about, but no, it was not Michigan State and Alabama.
Was it Notre Dame, Bama, or was that not the playoff?
It was not
Oh,
Notre Dame,
is
Bama.
Notre Dame Clemson?
It is not Notre Dame, Clemson. By the way, do you guys include the national championship in this or no?
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have
so
an
then-
answer for you in the national championship and just the playoff overall.
Obviously, the natty is Georgia TCU.
Yep, that's it. It was 65
then-
to 7.
Oh, is that the
I was
playoff game
thinking-
too?
Well, that's kind of the answer of that, but I have one in just playoff games and not national championships as well.
Is it Oregon, Florida State in like
It
2014?
is
Oh, yeah.
2014 Oregon, Florida State, largest margin of victory by 39 points. Oregon
Yeah.
wins 59
Hold
to
that.
20, Stiggs.
Hold that, Jameis.
Yeah,
Stole
right.
them crab legs, bro. Bomb.
Yeah, so great job. You guys got that. Okay, here's the second question. How many times has the 1 seed won the playoff, and who were they?
Death Star, Georgia was a 1 seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they go undefeated. I think it was 20.
22.
2022
21.
Georgia was on there. 21 Georgia was not the one.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know one of them was Death Star, Georgia. That was the
20
Dan
Oh,
Lanning got his
LSU.
doors blown off.
That was the Noah Ruggles
20
missed kick year.
2019 LSU.
Heartbreak.
2019 LSU. You guys got 2 of them so
Hmm.
far.
2020 Bama.
2020 Bama, that's 3.
Let's see.
There's got to be a 1 seed that won the 14 playoff a bunch. Was Clemson one?
2015,
Clemson was
man.
not. It was not 2015 Bama either.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. Was 23 Michigan the number 1?
Yes, they were. 2023 Michigan. So it was 4 times that the 1 seed has won the playoff, and it's 2019 LSU, 2020 Alabama, 2022 Georgia, 2023 Michigan. Kind of interesting that it was all in that little bit of span. Like the first 5 years of it, there wasn't any.
Is the 1 seed winning it this year?
No, definitely not. 1 seed's not getting past the semis. If you know what I'm saying, there, Sticks.
2 seed ain't.
I know what you're saying. James Madison.
Yeah, the Dukes. Okay, so speaking of James Madison, spread-wise, what is the biggest upset in college football playoff history?
Was it when TCU won against whoever they played?
I don't
Michigan?
think TCU's been
That
in the
was my
playoff.
first guess.
Yeah,
Is
they
it-
have. My bad. Yes, TCU won. That is that. It has actually a first-place tie. Why was I thinking of a different team? TCU plus 9.5 versus Michigan, 2022. They won. There's a tie with another plus 9.5 team that won outright.
Is it Ohio State, Bama?
It is Ohio State
That's
Bama
what I was gonna
2014 was also a 9.5 point spread. You guys are not getting stumped on any of these.
It's called We Know Ball
That is
podcast for a
true.
reason, baby.
That
Come
is
on.
true.
Here comes one that we're not going to get now.
No, I think you guys got this. How many teams have a winning playoff record, and who are they? Do you guys count 500 as a winning playoff record, or no?
No.
No. Okay.
I would
Okay,
say
so Ohio State.
Washington.
Clemson.
No, winning playoff record. Washington does not, because
Okay. I thought they might have.
they were 1 and 2.
They would be 1-1.
Mm.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they went with.
Oh,
Jake
yeah.
Brown. Did you said Clemson, right, Bryce?
Yes.
Clemson 6 and 5. That is one of them.
And then
Bama.
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Bama is 9 and 5. Ohio State 7 and 4.
Georgia.
LSU.
Georgia and LSU. You guys nailed it. Georgia 5 and 2. LSU sitting at 2 and 0. I didn't know if people would think about it or not because they've only been one time. But yeah, we got 5 of them.
Subtle shot from Parker. Love it. Continue.
Also, that was speaking of Soto, I had a 6th team on here. That was Notre Dame, who was 3 and 3. but that's why I wanted to ask beforehand.
Nice.
So next up, we got our last trivia time question in the battlefield. How many playoff games have gone to overtime?
Shoo.
2.
Not two.
Wow. Is
Just
this
one.
national championship?
It's
No, there's
not
been
one.
2.
This includes the national championship. There is not. It's not one. It's not two.
3.
It is three.
We
you
have
guys named the
Georgia,
game?
OU,
Georgia, OU,
Texas, Arizona State.
Texas, Arizona State.
What's
Didn't
the other? Oh, is it Notre Dame? Penn
Nope.
State?
Nope. They didn't.
I missed
Notre
out
Dame beat
about
them in
the
regulation.
first? Was the first Bama Georgia natty overtime or no?
It was. That's correct.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
the third one.
Tua.
Yep, the third and 26 to us. So ironically, the first two were both in 2017, and then the other one was last year. Well, you guys confirmed no ball, especially about the playoffs. That's all I got for you guys. So give you guys a round of applause on that. Sorry, guys. I guess I made it too easy. I was digging deep doing my own research, but man,
Excellent work from the boys.
yeah. By the way, I know you guys are used to Stiggs having some trivia questions. He had some bigger fish to fry tonight. Shout out to Stiggs meeting his nephew tonight.
Yes, sir. We met
Right.
Ben and David. I believe he is 8 days old, 7 days old. He's the goat. Then I got to see my other pal Lincoln. He's a year and a half, and yeah, we watched Trash Truck. Good stuff.
Sounds like a great night. Accurate or BS? And Adam, here's a picture of your team as the
Let
background.
me guess. Are we getting gashed in the play like we usually do?
No. You're good. You're good. Okay. Stiggs, I kind of want you to go first on this. Accurate or BS? In the playoffs, teams on a bye are at a disadvantage compared to teams who are playing this week.
Well, I mean, if we go off just last year, it's accurate, as every team that was on a bye lost, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how the teams that are on the bye this year fare, because I do feel like with the restructured seating that the teams quality 1 through 4 is a lot better than 1 through 4 last year. No shade at anybody, ASU and Boise, but they just weren't on the same level as the top 4 this year, I believe. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how it shakes out, but I have to say accurate for now. But I don't think it's going to be the case this year, so that kind of makes me want to say BS too.
Right. Them changing the format is kind of why I brought this up. I was gonna say BS, but that's just because I think that the only upset of last year, I think, was probably the Ohio State-Oregon game, where the others were. Yeah, the other ones were on a bye, but I mean, like we all thought, like you said, Penn State was better than Boise. Texas was better than Arizona State. Not by much, apparently, but and then who was the other one? Georgia was an injured quarterback playing Notre Dame for the buys. So I've heard both sides of it. I just was kind of wondering. But like you said before, and also brought up the break though that wasn't mentioned. That's a big part too. Knock the rust off.
Yeah, what do you feel about it since you are on bye this year?
So I kind of think it's BS, and my reasoning for it is last year I don't really think any of them were really upsets except for the one that I said before, and then I think that these teams who are going to be coming off a bye, I mean we got to realize, guys, these teams who haven't played in a conference championship waited just as long. Like the last time that Oregon's played a game, it's been going on 3 weeks now, right? Because we had conference championship weekend, then we had Army Navy. They haven't played in 3 weeks, just like what these teams in conference championship are going to be on. It's the same amount of time.
Yeah, if they didn't play in a conference championship, it is the same amount of time.
But with that being said, the team who they'll play will be coming off a game last week. So I don't know. I want to kind of see more of a sample size. That's why I kind of leaned more towards BS, because I think that they changed the format because they realized the quality of the top 4 was wrong, not necessarily that the top 4 teams lost. Bryce?
I think y'all made great points so far. I think it might be a little bit BS. Just because I don't think it takes you an entire game to be rusty. I think like maybe the first quarter, and if you really stretch it, the first half. But by the second half, like I feel like teams at this level should be ready to go. And I don't think it should affect them that much. Whereas the team right before them has just played a game, and they also had to wait, like you guys said, three weeks at a time. So I think it might be a little bit BS.
Yeah, and also with that, you know, what's that old saying? Well, I don't know how much of it is an old saying, but you give a coach like Saban 3 weeks to prepare for one game. I mean, you got a lot longer to come up with a game plan, right?
Yeah, you can be ready for that. As for the players, like I feel like coaches are definitely more prepared than players. Players having to rest and take time off, and kind of get their mind away from football because they don't have anything else. They don't have a game to be playing. They can get a little bit, I guess, beat down mentally. But again, at the level that they're at, I don't think it should be a problem for these teams at all.
Yeah, I mean, what Stiggs, before I get on to Adam, we kind of talked about the paths before, right? Like Oregon's got James Madison this weekend, and then they play, who is it, Tech, right? If as long as they take care of business, I think the debate is mostly would you rather take that game off or would you rather just play the, I don't want to call it a tune-up game because like the game in Norman is a pretty big game, but like which path would you rather have is kind of the debate, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's so much easier if the game's played, right?
Yeah.
But I think I think as of now, just because of what happened to Oregon last year, I'm definitely wanting to play soon.
Hmm.
But in the same breath, we have quite a bit of injuries, so we could have used the extra week this year. So it just depends on if the coach, like Dan Lanning, he has the ability to learn from last year and hopefully get his team in a better position than they were with the long layoff. So maybe in hindsight, the bye would have benefited us this year.
Hmm. Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting. Adam, what's your take on it?
Yeah, both of you guys made really good points. Like if we're talking just based off the last year's playoffs to be accurate, I'm gonna agree with you though, Paul. I'm gonna go BS just because I think, like you said, this year's teams that got or that are getting a bye are a lot better than the teams last year, like well, especially Arizona State and Boise State. Like Ohio State, if they play whoever between Miami and A&M, I think they'll handle them. Indiana's probably going to beat Alabama or Oklahoma. The only two I think that can struggle are Texas Tech and Georgia. So, yeah, I'm going to go with BS.
Okay. Keeping it short and sweet.
Always.
All right, guys. Here's the game. And by the way, everybody listening, I set this up. They don't even know what's coming here. Here's a game called How Did We Do? Basically, I went back and listened to all of our podcasts the last few days. And I wrote down some of our takes that we had. And when I say how did we do, I have a list of freezing cold takes, and I have a list of scorching hot takes. So, I have a few from each of us. I'm just going to say the take out loud, and you guys guess who said it. Sound like a plan?
Right?
I love it. I love it.
So we will start out with an easy one, just as an example. So here's a scorching hot take. Quote, my dark horse for Heisman is Fernando Mendoza. And you guys
Papa
would say who said
Stiggs.
that. Yeah,
That's
Papa
big sticks.
Come
That's big
on, let's
sticks.
go.
Okay, so that's one. Yeah. You guys get how we're going to do this?
Yes.
And alongside that, I don't know if it's mentioned in here, but I did say Indiana was going to make the playoff again.
Let me go ahead and erase that one. I'm just kidding.
Oh, my bad.
I'm just kidding. I didn't want to put two of the same. You know what I mean? Like, oh, but Mendoza
Right.
and Indiana tied to it. Okay, I'm going to start out a little easy, and you guys can go ahead. And say, Quote, I think this will be a fourth quarter game. Plus 29.5 is the easiest
Oh,
lock
no.
of all time.
Oh no.
Oklahoma State
Guys.
versus Oregon.
I wonder who said that one.
This is kind of a blunder on my part. I ain't gonna lie.
Do you happen to have
Hey.
the final score of that one?
69-3. All right, you guys want me to
Okay.
bounce back and forth? I think that's kind of the idea, right? Next scorching hot take. A team that is sneaky and I think could win the ACC is Duke. Manny Diaz has done a great job there.
I think that's you.
That was me. I did say that, yeah, but in the preseason. Yeah. Which I didn't expect 8-5 to get there, but
Right. Hey, whatever gets the job done.
but that wasn't the question, was it?
It was not.
All right.
That's crazy.
Quote, I think DJ Lagway is legit. He's my Heisman dark horse, and I think Florida can make the playoff.
Ace.
I might have said that.
No, it's Adam. It's Adam.
Adam did say that. Yes, Adam
Oh,
said
wow.
that.
Ugh.
I threw shots first.
He was not liking that one.
The gummy must have been kicking that day. Holy shit. That's bad.
He was staying awfully quiet.
I'm just waiting for a very hot Brendan Sorsby quote in here. I
No,
know it's in here.
I was trying not to make it super obvious. I think Texas loses 2 more games this year. They will finish with 3 losses. That's after week 1.
Dave?
I was gonna say it sounds like me, but if it's not me, it's Paul.
Adam, you got a guess?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dave as well.
You guys are all wrong. Bryce said that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that
That's
was
shocking.
fakes. Yeah. He was talking about the other games on their schedule. So scorching hot take. Bryce, good job. Okay. My pick to win the national championship this year is Clemson. They have a ton of returning talent.
That sounds like a preseason Dave.
Yeah,
Or is
that does kind of sound like Dave.
I don't know. I think
Paul? No, that might
Adam.
be Paul. Final guess, Paul.
I was gonna let all
Trying to
three
take
of
the
you
blame
guess.
off me.
Bryce, what do you got?
I don't know. I've heard convincing art. I want to say Adam. But I don't think Adam would bring back returning talent, so it might be Paul.
It was me. I did say that. That was on my preview. Not my best take. I will say that. Not my best take.
That's a preseason Paul take. We'll give it a pass.
Yeah. It's, we'll go with that one. Okay. Quote, I do not buy into the Illinois hype. Luke Altmaier is overrated.
Yeah, I'm gonna claim that one right there, buddy.
I'm about to say super Bryce take.
Yeah.
So, funny enough, you guys say that. I actually heard that direct quote from Adam.
I was about to say, it did sound like
Wow.
somebody.
Adam said that. You're
Okay,
probably on the
okay,
same train,
right.
though, Bryce. I'll give you that, too. But, Adam, you said that word for word, so that was a scorching hot take.
I think it's valid.
I am not hitting the panic button on Kansas State. I believe in Avery Johnson, and I wanted him at my school. I am more worried about Alabama than I am about Kansas State.
That sounds like Dave.
I was gonna say, is that Big Dave
That
over there?
sounds like Dave. I like Avery Johnson.
That is a big Stig Dave quote right there.
Alabama still lost 3 games. It's still valid. That's a lukewarm take, not freezing cold. Give me something. Give me something.
Yeah, exactly. It's okay. Here, a team that's underrated going into the year is Pitt. Their win total is around 5, but I think they can win 8 games, and they won exactly 8 games.
That's Bryce, I think.
Yeah, that's my guess too. But I'm secondary guessing Paul.
I'm thinking it might be Paul as well.
Bryce, you said that.
Dang, really?
Yeah.
Man, this is a pretty good little tidbit here. I'm glad you found these.
Thank you. It did take me a
Yeah,
lot of time to do this, but
Yeah,
it's
no,
okay.
this is good.
I am hitting the panic button on Alabama. I don't think Kalen DeBoer will finish the season.
Damn, that also sounds like Stig.
This day.
Adam?
That's I think that sticks. That's not me.
I said that. That was on me after the Florida State loss. Yeah, not a great take for me. Bama's back in the playoff.
It's the invitational.
Penn State is getting too much love. They haven't won anything. I still don't think they go to the Big Ten championship.
Adam?
That sounds like Bryce.
That's not. Yeah, I was gonna say me or Adam.
Yeah.
Adam said that.
Okay.
Right on the money.
I'm so good.
To pull off the quote is, I also think Drew Aller is overrated.
Huge, bro. That's a just massive W all the way around.
Okay, this is a short one. LSU is the best team in the country.
Bryce.
Bryce.
Well, that's taken out of context. This is a week 1 out of context moment right here. Again, what is this? This was probably taken after they beat Clemson, and I was like, yeah, LSU is the best team in the country right now.
Here we go.
We just quoted that out of context.
My dark horse for the playoff is Oklahoma.
Did I say that?
No, I think Paul.
I'm
Adam.
gonna go with Paul.
Big Stig said that.
Hey,
Yeah.
hype me up.
That's crazy.
Right on the money in there.
So many good takes, I don't remember them.
I know, right? North Carolina is a team I think could make a lot of noise. I really like their quarterback, and they have Belichick.
That sounds like Stig. I can't lie.
Is that Adam? I hope that's not me.
I'm gonna go with Paul, honestly.
Adam, you said that
Oh fuck.
in the week 1 preview. Yeah, you said that.
Ugh. Yuck.
I'm going to sell. I don't think Tennessee is very good and will be worse than last year. We are overreacting to them beating a very bad Syracuse team.
That's Paul.
Paul.
Yeah, that one was me. Man, you guys that one must have stuck.
Yeah. Tennessee hatred's real.
Yeah,
I just know you. Me and you were both just bashing on Tennessee all year.
This is. Did that come from an earlier episode?
Yeah, that was after week 1.
I was gonna say, like, I remember early in the year, y'all just played Tennessee, or in
It's a
the
good
playoffs
ass
last
take.
year, and you were dogging on them.
Thank you. Okay. I'm going to sell. I don't think Indiana makes the playoff this year. I think they get beat by Illinois this week, and they lost 63 to 10.
God.
Uh,
Oh my
Adam?
god. Yeah, that's me. I remember that one. That's a time stinker right there. Gee, that is terrible.
Bro had a flaming hot take hating on Illinois, but then picked Mendoza.
Bro, literally.
that's crazy.
Love
He
it,
just
bro.
hated them
Love it.
both, bro. He just hated them both. John Mateer has been good, but I think he is getting overrated at the moment, and it could come back to bite him.
Yeah,
100% Bryce.
That one.
No, that one was Stig's.
What?
After the Michigan game, Stig said that.
Damn, after the Michigan game?
Dang.
Oh. Damn. Okay, let's
You hate it
go.
too. I see it.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bryce is like, hey, I'm glad he sees the vision.
My dark horse for the college football playoff is South Carolina. They have a really good shot at it, and Lenoris Sellers is a dark horse for the Heisman.
Dog, I knew this one was gonna be coming up eventually.
Yeah, that is Bryce.
That one
That is
is-
Bryce.
that was definitely me.
Right. Oh man, that is funny. Let's see here. I'm taking Boise to go back to the Mountain West Championship even after losing Genty. This is before week 1.
I want to say
Adam?
me, but I think Bryce.
It might have been
I
Adam.
think it Stiggs.
It is Bryce. Bryce said that.
Wow.
Let's go. I knew it.
What a take. What a call.
Yeah, good call.
Elite.
I think Texas wins the SEC still. They're the best team in the conference.
Bryce. Again.
No. That one's not me. I will stand on business. That was not me.
Then Adam. I'm believing Bryce. I'm switching to Adam.
I hope it's not me.
Yeah, you guys all hope it's not you because I said that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's a stinker.
yeah, that's not a great one. That's what I mean. Hey, part of doing this that we do, you got to call out your good ones and your bad ones, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Let's see.
Is this right before y'all played Texas?
This is after we played Texas.
Right after?
Yeah.
He was trying to
Exactly.
get
He
trying,
was trying to get that resume up. He was getting that resume put up there.
After watching Nebraska play in week 1, this team is not very good and will finish under their win prediction.
I want to say
Right on the
you,
money.
Paul, but maybe Adam.
I feel like I said this out of spite.
It might be Adam.
Adam said it, and he ended up
I
being
knew
right.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
I knew it.
Yeah. Week 1 they played Cincy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's. Let's see. Hey, down year for Clemson is 10-3. They have a couple sneaky games on their schedule, but they are better than everyone else they play.
Yeah, that might be me.
That sounds like a Bryce take, honestly, but it might be me too. But I'm gonna say Bryce just to save face.
I'm going with Bryce too.
That one was Bryce. So right
Let's
on the
go.
money on that. You were pretty high on Clemson, Bryce.
Oh, I was pretty high on defending him the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know if I had him making the playoff this year. Maybe I did, but
All right, we're
That's
down
a
to our
good check.
last few here. For Heisman Dark Horse, I think this team has a favorable schedule, and this guy's odds are super low. I'm going to go with Jeremiah Love.
Bryce all day.
I don't know.
Bryce
Might have been
again.
Figs.
That's Bryce.
I said
Yeah.
this, actually, in the
Oh,
preseason. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I know, right? Kind of surprising. Okay, I got 2 left. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I actually have an odd. Okay, a few of the. I'm out of hot takes. I just got a few cold ones left. Okay. Oh, good.
Yep.
I'm buying that Iowa State will win the Big 12 this year.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
that's a
Just
Just
big
move
dig?
on. Just
Yeah.
move on. Yeah.
Texas Tech is getting a lot of hype, but I'm taking Baylor to win the conference.
Bryce.
That's Bryce.
I don't know. Was it really me? Because I've
Yeah,
been pretty
bro.
high on Tech all year.
Bryce
If
had
this was-
Tech. This was Adam that said this.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sawyer Robinson,
Yeah, that
baby.
was-
Let me
that was
back.
Sawyer
Sawyer Robinson
Robinson.
hype. He was
Bro.
cooking the first 6 weeks. Like he was
They
the best
got
quarterback
cooked
in the
by
country.
UC, bro. Did they even make a bowl game? They did not.
No, they did not. Went 5 and
That's
7,
insane.
and they declined. They were one of like the 11 teams that declined the bowl invite.
Of course.
All right, now we got one left here. Actually, I could have did the other ones where it's like, yeah, I like the bye. Tennessee will be better than last year, but like I was the only one on the opposite side, so I kept that one as a hot take. But here's the last one we got. I don't think Georgia will win the SEC this year. I think they will drop a couple games in the stretch of Auburn, Florida, and Bama.
Is it you, Parker?
God, I hope not me.
I feel like that's
I'm saying, I'm going at him.
That one
Oh,
was
Parker.
a Big Stigs quote
Yeah.
at the beginning of the year, hyping up Auburn and Florida.
Huge for me.
Huge. Well, that's all I got, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a fun one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was good.
That was very entertaining.
Yeah, we had some cold takes, but we had some scorching hot ones right on the money too.
Yes, sir.
I still think Stiggs calling Mendoza out before he played a game to win the Heisman is probably the best one.
Kind of
'Cause
crazy.
what was his starting odds at? It had to be something crazy.
I think it was at like 10,000. I think.
Come on.
Should have bet it. Should have bet it.
Oh yeah, of course. My bet slip on Dante Moore is up in flames.
Hashtag daunted, never daunted. Oh, we
Got
got
'em.
sketchy shakeups.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I forget
haven't-
about these.
I
love these.
haven't seen. Yeah, I love these too. I haven't seen them either. So let's see what we got. Is the expanded 12-team college football playoff working, or creating more controversy? Was 4 better, or is 16 the answer, or do we stay at 12? Adam.
I like the 12 personally. Like I think this year they got it right. They respected the head-to-head, putting Miami in over Notre Dame. As much as Bryce hates that, the 4, it's a 4. I think it's too little. I think 12 is perfect, and expanding it even more is, just, I think, terrible because truly, even like this year, there's not even 12 teams that are, in my mind, capable of winning a national championship. If you expand that to 16, that list only grows shorter and shorter. So for me, I think 12 is perfect.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm in favor of doing a new format every year. There's
The Ohio State fan
I
would
wonder
say
why.
that.
I'm just saying. You know, I think like 64 would be outrageous, obviously, but like in this 12 to 16, I'm a fan of football. And from a fan perspective, more football games in the postseason, I'm not opposed to it. I mean, what's the 4? I think these playoff games had more hype to them. The build-up was really crazy. But as more teams playing and taking the subjectivity as much as you can and putting the objectivity in, oh, what happened when these two teams played in the playoff? We have an answer. I think that that's better for football. So I'm okay with the 12 right now, really. Stiggs?
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. I think I could see opportunity for the 16 teams to work out, but I'm also a proponent of keeping the G5 in the playoff. I don't want to see them removed by any means, or getting their spot taken away. I'm pretty confident that the 12 team, like, there's no teams that are like, I do feel this year that Notre Dame could have won the national championship. So it does suck seeing them not in the field. But at the same time, it's just they didn't have the best schedule, and they unfortunately played their tough games early and lost. And, it is what it is.
Yeah, and the conference thing doesn't help for them, but I think you're in
I'm
the
cool with
minority.
12.
Yeah, I think that you might be in the minority, and I'm not saying that. I'm also in the minority with you. Been seeing a lot of people complain about the group of 5 teams get in. But I'm okay with it. I think Adam's on that side too, of that. But what I was going to
Yes.
say with it is, like I said, I could see 16 working like you said, Dave, but more and more football. I'm down. Bryce?
I would be in favor of raising it because we would avoid situations like we did this year. Adam said that he doesn't think there's more than 12 teams that could win a title. And while I agree with that, we'd at least be giving everybody a shot because I think Texas could make a run for the title. I think they have the roster and talent to do it. Like if we had 16 this year, all these controversial teams that we had in that it got left out would be in. You'd have BYU, Notre Dame, Texas, Vandy, and still have the G5 spots open for them to play. I think 16 would have been a good number this year, and it would have. I mean, nobody's right now is arguing for USC, Arizona, Michigan. Nobody's arguing for them to be in the playoff. So this would help all these other teams that were arguing and had a shot
Would
at the
Texas have an
playoff.
argument?
I think they would have a slight argument. Yes. I mean, they beat 2 teams that are currently in the playoff right now, and they have 2 losses to 2 teams that are in the playoff. So they played a fourth of their schedule was against playoff teams. I don't think many other teams that are in the playoff can make that claim.
It's true. Too early title game prediction. I'm going to go first here on this. I'm going to go with a rematch of the 2015 National Championship and also the Rose Bowl from last year. I'm going to go with Oregon, Ohio State. Stiggs, I'll pass it over to you.
Love that prediction. Love that prediction. I wish I was as confident in picking Oregon to go to the Natty. I would love to see that happen. I think I'm gonna go Georgia, Indiana.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think that's That's really good. That'd be an interesting game too. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Ohio State maybe showing a little vulnerabilities, and I think Georgia's just heating up at the right time, and that's kind of what it's all about.
Yep, 100%. Adam?
I'm gonna go with Ohio State, Texas Tech.
Whoa.
This-
I like that.
Give me all the Big 12 supremacy in the world. Give me Tech.
All right. Bryce?
I'm debating, but I'll be different for Adam, so we don't pick the same thing. I'll take Georgia, Texas Tech. I think Georgia at the end of the season has been on a roll, and I think Texas Tech's really going to be a sleeper team, bearing any serious injuries.
Yeah. I like it. No one said Indiana, huh? What else they
I
got
did.
to
I
prove,
said-
Stiggs?
I said Georgia, Indiana.
Oh, yeah, you did. I'm sorry. They were on Tech so much, and I said Oregon.
I'm full bought in on Indiana.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, you're all the way in. Will some of the coaching changes due to hires impact results? It's a good question, Sketchy. And I actually think no, as weird as this sounds, because everyone's going to assume the Ole Miss one with Lane. Tulane also lost their coach in the same breath. I don't think any of the results would change as long as, I mean, the games that I'm predicting, if they happen to be right, I think as long as what the favorites win, I don't think the coaching changes actually impact the results. Adam?
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to go, Stiggs?
Oh yeah, I just want to say I don't think the head coaching changes will affect anything. I think if anything, it would be the coordinators that are switching up that would affect anything. And I know, yeah, it's affecting both of our teams. But
Yeah.
yeah, then that's what my opinion is.
That's a good point. I didn't really think about that much, but we haven't had our offensive coordinator in Columbus for 2 weeks. Never mind. I'll just move on to the next. Adam?
I'm gonna say no because Ole Miss is gonna beat Tulane regardless of who's coaching on the sidelines, and I'm pretty sure James Madison's head coach is also left, right?
Not yet.
He went to UCLA,
I think
or
he
he's
gets to
going to
coach,
UCLA at least.
Yeah, I
So
think
either
he
way,
gets to
if
coach, right?
if he's there, if he's not there, that's not gonna make a difference either. In my opinion, so I'm saying it does not.
Bryce?
I'm gonna say it can, just because I feel like if you were to move into the second round with Ole Miss, Georgia, and Lane Kiffin was still the head coach for a rematch, I mean, I think that could very well impact the game, and how they play. But I think without Lane, there's less than 5% chance that Ole Miss wins that game against Georgia, in the second round, and I think that will really affect outcomes. Like I feel like Georgia has a free ride right now to the Final Four and possibly the Natty, just depending on how everything shakes out in the bracket above them. So
Yeah.
I think I'll say yes.
Yeah, okay. So that was the part of Sketchy's shakeups. Thank you for that, Sketchy. All right, guys. Here we have our playoff preview. Let me pull up the games here. So we got a couple bowl games. We got 2 bowl games and 4 playoff games this weekend. So we got some good stuff coming up here. So, Stiggs, why don't you inform us? I mean, I'm familiar, but we got a pretty big game coming up this Saturday. Montana and Montana State. So, Montana, you guys know, this is a humongous rivalry out of the Big Sky Conference. Montana's 13-1. Montana State is 11-2. Montana's one loss is to Montana State, and Montana State comes into this game -5.5 as well. They get a prime kick here, Stiggs. They're kicking off on ABC at 4.
Man, this is going to be the biggest event in Montana history, sports history, right? I mean, I don't know what other sports they have out there. No offense to Montana. So none of them are necessarily like powerhouses, but they are top echelon FCS programs. Montana's got 2 natties. has the most recent one in 2001. Montana State has 3, but they haven't had one since 1984. So I'm thinking I'm leaning Montana here. Montana also had some crazy throwback uniforms this year. I'm sure you guys remember me sending them in the group chat. I think Montana State is the hotter team as of now, but man, this is a tough one for me to predict. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Montana. I'm gonna stick with Montana. I'm not sure who's home here, and I
Montana
think that'll
State.
be a big. Montana State is home. Wow, that might. I'm gonna switch just because of that.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I think that's a big enough factor to sway for me. I'm gonna go Montana State because this is gonna be a 1 possession game no matter what. I feel like.
So before we move on to them, can you tell me, Montana State has 2 losses. Can you tell me who the first one was to?
Yeah, it was the Ducks.
It was. They did play Oregon week 1.
They
Everybody.
played them pretty. They played them pretty tough.
Yeah.
I think.
It was 59-13. So I'm not sure about that, but
Okay, never mind. That was last year where we struggled against an FCS team.
so week 2 was their second loss. They lost to South Dakota State in double overtime, who's usually an FCS powerhouse.
100%.
they have
100%.
not
The Jackrabbits.
Since September 6th. With that being said, Montana's 13-1 only loss is to Montana State. What do you
I
guys
believe
got?
that was a. I believe that was a 3-point game.
It was a 3-point game, 31-28. I don't know. I'm trying to build this up as much as I can because I think it's really fun. Adam, taking the Grizz or not?
I don't know much about either one of these teams. I'll just outright admit that. But I do know Montana State's basketball team is usually a wagon in whatever conference they're in. So I'm going to go with Montana State just
Okay.
because of that.
Bryce?
Go Bobcats.
All right. I'm going to say upset revenge happens here. Montana isn't happy that was their only loss. They're going to get their lick back. Give me Montana on the road because they lost at home before. Super fun game, FCS level. All right, next game. You know, which one would you guys rather pick tomorrow? We have Memphis NC State on here, but we also got Kennesaw and Western Michigan and conference champs. Which one would you guys rather take?
You know what one I'd rather take.
Kennesaw.
Kennesaw. Okay, we will do that. Kennesaw and Western Michigan in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. -3 for Western Michigan, winners of the MAC.
Let me take this one first, Paul. You know I got this.
You got this. Low over under.
Yeah.
But tell us why.
So yeah, Kennesaw State, the Conference USA champion versus the MAC champion, Western Michigan. Super excited to see this one play out. I was talking about this before we went live. I love Kennesaw State. They have a veer and hoot offense. It's high flying, high tempo. They run a lot of plays and they make stuff happen. On the other side, Western Michigan, their strength is their defense. They have Nadame Tucker, who I mentioned as my G5 GOAT of the year. He was on that team. He had 12 sacks, and I believe he had another 2 against Miami in the MAC championship game. So I'm riding Kennesaw State. That's my boys. So give me the upset. Give me the Owls.
Good pick. Good pick. And this is a 3-point spread, and that is an upset. Adam?
Yeah, I'm going to keep this one. Do the classic short and sweet. Give me the Owls.
Bryce?
I'll go ahead and take him the Owls as well. Kennesaw State's going to dominate.
Whoa. You guys aren't going to have me do it again, are you?
Yes, we are.
I'm going to take Western Michigan.
Fall on the sword.
Falling on the sword. And do you guys know my reasoning?
No.
You look at 9-4 for Western Michigan. That doesn't tell the whole story. Western Michigan started this year 0-3 with losses to Michigan State, North Texas, and Illinois. They also, their 4th loss happened in October, and they lost to Miami, Ohio. What does that mean? The MAC championship, they got their lick back. This is a different team right now. They've won 5 straight. Give me Western Michigan.
I like it.
So that's what I got with that. Next games, we got playoff games here, everybody. Woo! Let's start out with tomorrow night. We're going to Norman. Bryce, are you going to this game?
No.
No. Okay, you're saving some money there. Bama
Yeah.
at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's had Bama's number lately. This is an 8 p.m. kick. Oklahoma -1.5. Super tight. But the story of the game, over under 40.5? 40.5. I didn't know Iowa was playing tomorrow. Bryce, give us what you got.
So
The Sooners make it 3 in a row?
they better not. I will lose mental capacity to speak about college football. I This is the way I see it. I think OU's defense is going to be solid like they've been all year, but what they're not going to have in this game that they cannot rely on like they had happen last game is multiple defensive turnovers that turned into points. OU had back-to-back games where their defense scored a touchdown, and that ended up that defensive touchdown is what won them the game, and they cannot rely on that again this time against Bama. I still think Bama's going to get their yards, and I still think that they're going to OU's offensively will be slow, but I think if OU's defense, if Alabama can figure out a way to run the ball and not get stopped by OU's defense, they will win this game without a doubt. OU's defense is going to be strong though, and I feel like they're going to have to get another defensive touchdown for them to win this game.
Okay. Well, here's my counter to that as I head into the conversation with Stiggs. Last time we saw Bama out on the field, granted it was Georgia and not Oklahoma, Bama hasn't been able to run the ball on anybody all year, and they've played a lot worse defenses than Oklahoma and not been able to do it. And when I say not be able to run the ball, we mean non-existent.
-3
Stiggs,
rushing yards.
yeah, Stiggs, what do you got?
Yeah, I want to mention Jam Miller is back for Alabama, expected to be back and healthy. So that could help their run game out tremendously. The other factor is Bruce Venables sent heat on Ty Simpson and got the better of him in the first matchup. Georgia sent heat at Ty Simpson. They blitzed over 60% of the time. That's an outrageous rate if you pay attention to the numbers in college football. It's an abnormally high rate of blitz. So Ty Simpson, it's clear if they protect him, they'll probably win. If Ty Simpson gets under pressure, he's going to struggle like he has the last couple weeks. I'm going Boomer. I think they haven't been able to run the ball either, but they've just been grinding out these wins all year, and I think they might have Alabama's number. So give me Boomer.
Yeah, they've taken the last two. Adam.
Yeah, so as we all know, both of these offenses have been pretty bad lately, especially Oklahoma's has been putrid ever since John Mateer came back. But Oklahoma has an elite defense, and like you guys were alluding to, they forced a couple turnovers in the last time they played, including I think one pick six. But yeah, you guys brought up the rushing yards they had. I mean, us four combined had more rushing yards than Alabama the last time they played a game. I just think that Oklahoma's defense is gonna show up again, and I think they stop Alabama. So give me Oklahoma.
All right. I am so torn on this game. I keep going back and forth. But my gut tells me it's time to take Roll Tide. I don't know
Yep,
why.
I'm right there with you.
Like, are they going to lose 3 times in a row? Not only am I worried about Bama being able to run the ball, but Oklahoma can't score, guys, too, at the same time. It's a very interesting game. I'm excited to watch, though. That's exactly the games that you get in the college football playoff now. So I'm excited about it. Let's move on to Saturday. Big college football playoff day Saturday. So we'll start out with the noon kick, which I'm kind of surprised this was the noon kick game, but that's okay. We got Miami at Texas A&M. This is the We Beat Notre Dame Bowl. Over under 48.5. Texas A&M favored by 3.5 at home. You got to think that's part of the 12th man influencing that. What do you say, Bryce?
I think Miami's gonna win this game. I think Texas A&M is very fraudulent. I feel like they were very overhyped going into the season, and I mean, They they did beat Notre Dame. There was a very controversial call, maybe shouldn't have happened. But without that being said, they were not very impressive down the stretch to the end of the year, and they had a blowout loss against Texas. And I feel like that really hurt them. Uh, and I feel like Miami has just they're on a better trajectory right now. They lost to some pretty crappy teams, but I feel like overall Miami has a package and a unit, and they'll be a better team on the field.
Yeah. It's really good points there, Bryce. Sticks?
Yeah, I got two contrasting styles here, and then an X factor for you. So for Texas A&M, I think they match up really well with their wide receivers against Miami's secondary. Miami's defense has been a lot better, but their secondary has been the weakest point of it, and Texas A&M has explosive wide receivers that could exploit that. On the other side of the ball, Miami's strongest point is their offensive line. They have been dominating in the trenches. They protect Carson Beck, and they run the ball not as well as I think they can, but they run the ball effective enough to give them a change up to get Carson Beck effective in the play action. The X factor in this game, regardless of those two, is Marcel Reed. Marcel Reed has been hot and cold, and when he's hot, he's looked like a Heisman contender. When he's cold, he puts his team down 20 plus points against South Carolina. So, with that being said, I'm leaning Bryce here. I'm leaning with Bryce. I'm going to go Miami. I'm going to go Miami with the upset. Remember, Carson Beck missed so much training camp time, and about week 8, the SMU game when he threw 3 or 4 picks, that is like the week that he would have been getting cracked. Like when he's like, I forget how it was worded, but like he is getting acclimated. Like week 8 for him, it would have been like week 1 if he was healthy, if you know what I'm trying to say. And he hasn't been turning the ball over lately, and he's had 11 touchdowns and 1 interception in his last 4 games. So I'm going to go Miami.
You know, I thought I would be a little different here. I also am taking Miami. I think Miami, these teams match up super close talent-wise. I sent the team talent composite earlier in the group chat. These teams are super close with that, but that's not even why. I think Miami's defense is built better, and like you said, Carson Beck's been better as of late than he was in the first half of the season. But yeah, I haven't been the biggest believer in A&M all year. I do think Miami is the best team in the ACC. So although the ACC championship game, the winner didn't go, I still think Miami overall was probably the best team in the ACC. I mean, Miami has some dudes. You know what I mean? They have some dudes. So yeah, like Ruben Bain and co. If they can get to Reed, and it could get a little ugly. But are you worried about Cristobal's game management as well? Because I think that part of the SMU loss was on him.
That will always be a factor.
Yeah. Adam, is it going to be a clean sweep, or are you going to roll Aggies?
I was so back and forth on this game, but it's going to be a clean sweep. I'm going to take Miami. I kind of agree with Bryce. Like Texas A&M, I think they're a little bit overrated. Like especially when we last saw them play against Tech, they looked really bad. And I think Miami's defense is really good, and they can make Marcel Reed flustered, like he's looked lately. With that, I'm going to go with Miami.
All right, clean sweep across the board there. Let's hop on over to the next game. We got a rematch of a game earlier this year. Tulane goes to Ole Miss in the We Have No Head Coach Bowl. This is 56.5. Ole Miss favored by 17.5 at home. 3:30 kick on TNT, of all places. I'll go ahead and start with this one. I think Ole Miss is going to win, but I think Tulane is going to keep it closer than the last time they played. They lost 45-10 last time. Trinidad Chambliss went absolutely off. I think Tulane's playing a lot better football since then. I mean, if you look at the beginning of the year, they were playing a lot of close games. And, you know, this was a team that we just kept picking against North Texas. And, you know what I mean? And some people had Army over them. And they just kept winning. I wouldn't be surprised if Tulane keeps this, you know, within a 2-touchdown game. But ultimately, give me Ole Miss to win. Stiggs?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. I don't know the spread on this one. What did you say it was?
17.5.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd like Tulane to cover, but I want to put faith in them because I do think that they deserve to be in, being the American champ. The American Conference was super tough this year, but Tulane's secondary is like one in the 120s and defensive pass yards given up. They have the worst coverage grade per PFF out of the playoff teams, and they have the second worst tackling grade. So I think at the end of the day, regardless of coordinators, coaches, they just don't have the dudes on defense to keep up with, Kawan Lacey, Trinidad Chambliss, and all the weapons that Ole Miss possesses.
Yeah, Adam?
Yeah, these next two games are going to be pretty short and sweet for me. Give me Ole Miss easily.
Bryce?
Ole Miss.
All right. Last game on the slate here, we got your game tomorrow night, Stiggs. We got a 20.5-point spread. Oregon takes on the Sun Belt champions, James Madison Dukes, in the first round of the playoff. This is at Autzen. 47.5 is the spread. We'll go ahead and I'll pick first and then let you, Stiggs, kind of give us a little breakdown. I know you know more about James Madison than a lot of people probably would, just from doing your research. I'll start out. I'm just going to take the Ducks here. Bryce?
Yep, give me the Ducks.
Adam?
Yeah, respect to James Madison from getting here, but Ducks by 574.
All right, Stiggs, take us away.
Yeah, so the key with James Madison here is they got a little old school style going on. They run the shit out of the ball, and they have a really, really good defense. There was a stat at some point in the year where they haven't allowed opponents to over like 275 yards. It was like the first 8 games, and that was including the game they lost to Louisville, which they probably should have won. But I do want to give them their props because they're a solid, solid team. And Wayne Knighton, their running back, he has over 1,400 yards. Alonzo Barrett, the third, their quarterback, is a dual threat. He can run, he can throw. He's not just a runner that is at quarterback. He can play the position fairly well. But that being said, Oregon, they just play the style of football. They fully adopted the Big Ten mantra. They run the ball. They're the highest graded rushing team in America. They have a stout defense. They've truly adopted, building through the trenches and outward rather than, building through, receivers and defensive backs and building inward. So I am going to take Oregon. I don't know if they'll cover just because there is reports that it's going to be a bad weather day in Eugene, even though it never rains in Eugene. But I'm hearing reports of bad weather expected for the game. So maybe that just, slows down Oregon enough. There is a recipe where James Madison can win this game, but I think it would have to be, Oregon self-imploding. Give me the Ducks. I'm pretty confident, but I'm not trying to disparage James Madison because the Dukes have had a great season.
Yeah. What's the health look like?
So Evan Stewart, Gary Bryant, and DeCorian Moore, the 3 wide receivers that were hurt for Oregon, they were all listed as questionable. They were all seen practicing in pads on Wednesday, because they wouldn't have practiced today. But yeah, that's could be a huge plus. I'm not so sure. I kind of want to get your guys' take on this for mainly Evan Stewart. He was our number 1 receiver behind Tez Johnson last year. I think he had maybe 700 yards, 600 yards. I can't remember. But he missed the Rose Bowl and then missed the whole entire regular season. Would you want to bring him back for a game that you're most likely going to win just to get him some reps so that his first reps aren't against Texas Tech? What would you guys say?
I'd play him limited snaps, depending on how the game goes, too.
The injury was like a torn patella tendon in his knee, for what it's worth. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking that same way too. Like maybe just get his feet wet, get him 20, 30 snaps, see how he feels, and then go from there.
He doesn't have to start either. Get him out there just running around a little bit if you guys are up by 2 scores or so.
But they've been questionable the last couple weeks as well and haven't played. And I am kind of worried because one of our, let's just say all 3 don't play. We had 4 scholarship wide receivers that we were rotating, and one of them entered the transfer portal and won't be suiting up. Justice Lowe. He only had like 200 or so yards, but he made a couple touchdown catches last year and this year. So interested to see if he can't go, it's going to be a lot of 2 tight end sets, run the ball. I'm sure.
All right, before we go, I saw a post earlier that I kind of wanted to go over with just us, and we're going to keep it very short and sweet, Adam, just for you. It is called College Football Playoff Teams by Category. I'm going to name a category, and you tell me what team is best at that's in the playoff. Got it? You guys each tell me. By category, who has the best Quarterback. I'm gonna go first. I'll say
Um,
Indiana is the best team for that.
Yeah, I guess you have to say Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would take Say over Mendoza. Just let that be known, and Dante Moore. But
Running backs. Oregon.
Oregon,
Oregon.
maybe A&M. A&M's underrated if Le'Veon Moss is healthy. For what it's
I
worth.
mean, I feel like Texas Tech's running back room is pretty legit.
I was gonna say that too. Cameron Dickey's a dog.
Yeah.
And Jacoby Williams,
And
their
Jacoby
change of
Will-
pace
yeah.
back is
Yeah,
nasty.
they got
I
they
love
got two
him.
guys back there that are kind of
I love that. I love that change of pace back, Jacoby Williams. He's so good.
All right. Wide receivers.
Ohio State.
Buckeyes, Indiana,
Yeah.
close second.
Okay. Tight ends. I'm gonna go Oregon.
Oregon,
Yeah, Oregon.
I'll give Oregon.
All right. O line. Oregon.
Miami. I'm kidding.
Bama?
Oregon.
Oregon, yeah.
Oregon. Anybody else on this list of Joe Moore finalists? Shut the hell up.
Well, Bama had a offensive lineman score a touchdown.
Yeah. Do you guys have that?
So did
Just
Oregon.
kidding.
Yeah.
That's,
So did
Oh,
Oregon.
really? All right.
Brock,
All right.
Brock Thomas touchdown pass to Janoris Wilson in the monsoon.
all right. D line.
Texas Tech,
Tech.
Tech.
maybe Miami, but Tech.
Miami's a good shout too.
Cornerbacks. Is Miami a
That's
bad
it.
shout?
No, they like. I know they. Maybe it's not their coverage that's bad because they honestly grade out in coverage pretty well compared to these other playoff teams. They just have they just can't tackle, and it's mainly their secondary. But I would probably take Tech.
I mean,
That was
OU
crazy.
also has good.
Yeah.
Adam.
I'll go with Miami.
I think Oregon has a good shout here.
Yeah, Oregon is a great shot. I agree.
Linebackers.
Ohio State.
Ohio State with Tech
We're
right
counting
I
behind.
mean,
Both
them.
of these, right?
Tech's close too.
I'm about to say Tech is
Jacob
right
Rodriguez.
there. And their other one had a freaking pick six in the conference title game.
Yeah, Tech got to be up there too.
Safeties.
I
Ohio
think it's still
State.
gonna go OU.
I would say.
I think OU secondary is crazy.
Oregon's not a bad shout either.
Oregon's not a
Basically
bad
off
shot.
Caleb Downs.
Special teams. I'm gonna go OU here.
Yeah, OU because their kicker's really good.
Oklahoma.
Jerseys. Oregon.
Oregon.
Oregon, James Madison, and Tulane right behind though. They got some.
I would-
Tulane's got some fire shit.
So
Head
does this
shout
is Ole
on
Miss.
Tulane. That's
Ole
what I
Miss.
was gonna do.
Ole Miss is a good shout too. Helmets. I'm gonna go with Tulane.
Oregon.
I'm gonna go with Tulane too.
Tough.
Honestly, yeah, I like it.
I might go Miami.
Okay.
We can't even win the uniform natty, bro. Like, come on. We need one, dude.
I gave you the Oregon. I gave you
I appreciate it. Ohio State.
Georgia.
Georgia's a good shout as well.
Okay,
I
I was
think.
gonna
Georgia's a
Georgia,
great
yeah.
shout.
Yeah.
I want to say Indiana too. I mean, how can you not?
Yeah,
Or
Signature
Indiana?
gotta be up.
Oh yeah,
Talent.
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
And then the last category on here, how do you even judge this? Fan base.
The best fan
Most
base or worst
toxic
fan base?
of all time is Ohio State.
I
so
don't know
yeah.
what it's saying. Like
There
it
you
just
go.
says by category. Like what does that mean?
Ohio State's definitely up there, but I would put A&M right behind them.
That's true. Also,
A&M.
don't forget about
A&M's a good
Georgia.
fan base.
They'll start barking at you.
I mean, fan base. Alabama's up there too, probably.
Yeah, I don't even know what
For
this
sure.
is measuring though. Like I don't know what it. But all right, we will go ahead and call it. We'll be back next week. Does Tuesday sound like a bad shout for you guys before the next games start?
Sounds
But with
good.
me,
All right, because Wednesday's New Year's Eve, so Tuesday sounds like a good shout to me. We can go ahead and pick it up there. I'm Paul. I'm out of here. Bryce, Adam, Stiggs, go ahead and lead us out.
Yeah,
Go
go
Cats.
folks.
Watch the G5. Watch the freaking Kennesaw State Western Michigan game. 11 a.m. tomorrow. Tune in.
Yep, 12
Banger.
hours from now. Adam, what do you got? Is it still football season?
No, but Sco Cat.
Wow. How was the crosstown clash? Okay, we're out of here.